Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started. Yo! Happy Monday, man. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, guys. All right, Bitcoin. 19,356. How's everyone doing on this beautiful, beautiful Monday on, obviously what we're waiting for is the end of this week, but can we see some juicy price action before the end of this week? Let's discuss. What's going on, B1? It seems like a lot of you guys liked the video that we did last night. I have fun making those, and I'm probably going to already start a new one maybe today or tomorrow. But let's freaking get busy. 19,355 for BTC. What are we doing right now? We try to make another higher low. Well, let's talk about it, and let's basically discuss on what's going on here. You got the DXY that's coming up. You got the, looks like the stocks are opening a little bit in the green here. Kind of a weird day for the futures, right? We came down and actually opposite. We were up, we came down, and then we came back up. So kind of a weird day for the futures markets there. What's going on, Rod? What's going on? I saw day trading said the first time BTC actually closed, 13 weeks below the 200-week moving average. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. Anyways, let's jump onto the charts here. I'm on coffee number 3, so we are nice. We are ready to freaking rock and roll. And Bathwater said he can't wait for episode 3. Episode 3 will be coming shortly. All right, cheers. All right, so let's jump onto the charts here. So basically, guys, what's Bitcoin doing here? So I mean, it's not doing much of it. This is on the 8-hour chart, just to give us a little bit more of a zoomed-in picture. I mean, really, it's doing what it's been doing, right? I mean, not much has changed. Again, I feel like a broken record here, but Bitcoin is, and on all these dips, it seems to be trying to make a higher low, right? We got a low, we came back up, we got a higher low, we came back up, we got a higher low, we came back up, and right now we're trying to carve out another higher low. All right, so you can see the thumbnail, higher low. Oh my lord, it takes a genius for us to tell that. It's not my point. And the one interesting thing is I do find on these charts at the moment, guys, is if you look at what's kind of going on here, every time Bitcoin seems to retrace back up to the highs and obviously get rejected at that same point on the top side, when it pulls back, it comes back to these Fibonacci levels, and it's kind of like a stair. It's kind of like a staircase back up. Now, this could be the staircase to hell before we trip. You know, we do a Peter Griffin and we sort of fall down the stairs and do the staircase to hell there. But for now, on the retraces, we got the nice 786 retrace. We came back up. We got the nice 618 retrace. We came back up, and we got the nice 0.5 retrace. Now, will we come back up again to this $20,300 level? You guys know my take. I think we will. If you guys have been watching this channel for a hot minute, well, then I think you guys know what I'm looking at. I'm still looking at upside before possible downside. I'm hoping the upside comes this week because, as we know, the CPI on Friday could change a lot of what we're looking at right now, right? So if we are to get that move to the upside, I do hope that it's this week, aka today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we kind of gear up for the CPI coming out later this week. So I'm hoping it happens before then, you know, and you know, I think everyone's kind of predicting a bad print on the CPI, which causes a big dump. Definitely could be the case, right? But I think right now it's a little bit too early to think. Just like last time, everyone thought it was going to be a good print, ended up being terrible. Oh, not terrible, but worse than everyone expected. I wouldn't be surprised if this time is actually better, you know? So it is what it is. What's going on, Shep? Yo! What's going on, buddy? What's going on? But overall, I mean, guys, what to me, what's Bitcoin trying to paint? It's just trying to make, this looks like an basically accumulation pattern at the lows, right? Where you're just making higher lows. You know, sellers are getting exhausted here at the highs, and you know, you're basically just kind of ping-ponging around here until you get that move up. My target's still 21.7. It's taking a little bit longer than and that's why sometimes you're going to have patience in this market. But target's still 21.7 at the end of the day to take this big, juicy vector candle back up here that's been teasing everyone, all of us, back up here, back at the highs up here. So that's still a target. To me, it reminds me a lot of the price action back here where Bitcoin was sort of just you know, just playing around in the sandbox, as Ben Cowan would say, but just kind of making higher low, higher low, higher low, kept getting rejected at the same point on the top side, right? Until eventually it cracked the basket, okay? I don't know if that's a saying, but I'm going to say crack the basket. Till it cracked the basket. Eventually it cracked it, and we sort of try to make a little bit of an uptrend here until ultimately we dump back down. But you know, it reminds me a lot of over there, just kind of rounding out, waiting for the move to happen. Patience, patience, patience. For anyone who is in long positions from the lows, patience, patience, patience pays. All right. Smiles, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, Smiles. Thanks for coming and hanging out on this beautiful open of the market today. Thanks for coming out. CanFam episode 2, grade B, up from C- last week. John, if you're giving me a B, if you're giving me a B, then that means it was good. So, John, I appreciate your outstanding review, and I hope to get an A next time. The next one will be even better. All right, so I hope to get an A on the review. Love how everyone's being super nice this morning, man. I love it. Maybe because we haven't really gotten a massive dump today, but it seems like everyone's nice this morning, right? Let's keep the kind of like how we said yesterday, guys. This is the time where everyone starts getting very angry at each other, pessimistic, and I get the pessimism, right? But the anger, the how should I say this? The blaming, the angst, right? It's okay to be a troll. Listen, I'm a troll, but there's a way to do it and not be and not like insult people, right? So, you know, obviously, just keep up the good vibes, Ben. Keep up the good vibes. The vibes are better. Yes, the vibes were really good in the stream yesterday. Holy moly, man! But this morning seems pretty good too. Anyways, let's go back to this chart here, guys. And this is really what we need to watch here. The one thing that gets me a little bit on edge, which I see a lot of people comparing right now to before the time where crypto really started to plummet, right? In 2018. I see a lot of people comparing it to that. And I got to say, it is a little bit resembling of that time, all right? And what a lot of people are talking about is they come over and they look at this chart and they say, okay, let's zoom out and see what Bitcoin's done here. So obviously it's been a bear market for, I mean, almost a year at this point, which is pretty crazy how fast this year has gone by. I must say how fast this year has gone by. But what's Bitcoin doing, right? Lower high, lower high, lower high. Okay, I guess like I said, I don't think this move is done. I think we're going to get a move up to test this trend line again, back up towards this region before probably coming back down to the lows again. But you guys can see lower high, lower high, lower high. If we come back up, no, lower high, and just holding that support, right? Now, what we got to be careful of here, and this is why you got to be prepared for any situation, guys, is 2018 was very similar. It was very similar in the fact that it was lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Just holding that support all the way to the end and then just insta-dumping, right when you get to the end of that triangle, right? So one thing and this points to everything we've been talking about is the big move is coming and you got to be prepared for any situation because the world is a shit show right now. The world is going nuts. The world is going nuts. Either direction that we go would not surprise me. Whether we go to the upside or the downside would not surprise me from this region right here. But be prepared because as you get tighter, as you get super, super tight, it's like a spring waiting to spring out, right? If it's like 2018, it'll be down this way. If it's like the bottom here in 2019, which I also see a lot of people comparing the market to, okay? Which right now the structure does look more like 2019 actually, with the sort of the double bottom lows. You could argue it looks like 2019 as well, which obviously went to the upside, right? So right now, we've been going sideways for so long that it's really just a spring waiting to go in either direction here. And you got to be prepared for either direction, right? But like I said, to me, it's like 2019 a little bit more as far as a short term. I'm not expecting Bitcoin to go to all-time highs right now, but you know, a low, a rise up, a low, and then that second low before you get that rise up. But be prepared for any situation because it's getting tight, it's getting juicy, and if it was to keep doing this by the beginning of November, you should expect that relative move, right? And it seems like a long time, and it seems like very, very dire when you look at it this way, but it's like a spring waiting to happen here, man. It is like a spring waiting to happen. What's the stock markets doing this morning, by the way, guys? So stock markets, here's the deal. Right, here's the deal. Stock market's back at the lows, right? Once again, we come back to the lows. Sentiment is more bearish than it's ever been before. Again, whenever we go to support, everyone gets super bearish, and it seems to bounce, at least lately, right? So here we are. Where's the S&P? Okay, we obviously dumped going into last week, but here we kind of sit at really support looking from June, right? This was the June lows on the S&P. We happen to be sitting right at those June lows on the S&P, relatively speaking, right? So here's the deal. This, to me, for now, was the slight deviation below that support, all right? And we love deviations. So here's what we watch now. We got that 786 retrace from the lows to the highs. We got that 786 retracement on the S&P, okay? What we need to watch now is this bullish divergence going to play out where we got this lower low on the RSI, higher lows in price action with that 786 retracement right at those June lows? Will this hold? Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to say, holy moly, look at the DXY. It's going nuts today, which it is, right? You can't argue that the DXY is popping back up, and we don't like when the DXY pops back up. So it's another battle. I feel like every Monday is a battle, right? I feel like we open every Monday like this. Where it was the same thing last Monday, where we opened right at support, and the DXY was going up, right? Stock markets were coming down, and right, we sort of did the opposite in the beginning of last week. So here we find ourselves, where the DXY is popping, and the S&P is dropping. What's going on, man? 2W Ice, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, dude. Good to see you. Good to see you. CTC? Day trading. I got you on CTC, man. I got you, bro. But yeah, I mean, really, guys, I mean, there's not too much to say that's different right now. And I've been sort of telling you guys that, I try to bring the most that I can, but it's a lot of it's just repeating what we've been saying until Bitcoin breaks out of this range, right? Which it's been in since September 14th, right? You can argue, actually all the way since August. I would actually argue it's been in this range for like 2 months now. Besides this little Bart Simpson, boop, boop, back down, But right now we're trying to hold that higher low structure. Ultimately, like we said, target's 21.7, right? If these higher lows can continue to hold, right? Where we have basically the targets like this, we put it at up here. Does say you go a little bit higher, but this is probably where I'd get out at about 21.7. Target is like 22.4, but I actually don't even think it gets that high if it comes back up. But who knows? Who knows? Drew said, "I'm so sick of this range, man." Drew, I thought you liked the ranges, bro. Even Drew is sick of the range. Usually Drew's the guy who's like, bro, the range is good for crypto, right? When Drew's sick of the range, that everyone's sick of the damn range, bro. But yeah, I mean, listen, like this range, I think if it is to play out to the upside, is a good, it's gave it a lot of time for hopefully bigger money to accumulate here and not distribute, right? Here in this region. But yeah, man, it's getting pretty brutal. But the good thing is, if we look at it like this is on the 3-day chart. If we look at it something like this, the range is tighter than I don't even know, but we're not going to get weird here, but tighter than freaking weird, okay? And if you actually bring this to the daily chart, okay, and we look at this range, the good thing is here is we got this big downtrend of resistance, kind of like we said in 2018. And what do we notice here? As we're getting close to the end here, we're seeing volume start to pop off, right? And what does that tell us? That tells us that usually when volume starts to come back down a heavy way, like it is right here, you should be expecting that volatile move to come in sometime soon. So, it's a game of patience right now, right? I mean, it's really all we can really say is a game of patience. I'm seeing people go nuts. I'm seeing people, people are going nuts right now, all right? People are literally going nuts. It's insane. I see people go nuts on Twitter all the time. See people go nuts on Discord all the time. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, people are going nuts in this range, right? But we should see a resolution relatively soon. It's the volume's coming down. The BBWP is tight, right? Let's bring up our BBWP here. All right, BBWP is lower. It's been low for so long. So we should know that a move is coming. And like we said, guys, if we were to see that this market cycle would play out like every single market cycle, we should be expecting Bitcoin's bottom to be in or to be in by the end of October. Why do I say that? Well, it's the power of the 75s, man. What's the power of the 75s? 7 plus 5 equals 12. It's a pretty good number, man. All right? Why is it the power of 75s? Well, we took a look at this yesterday and said from bottom to halving to top to top to hot, sorry, to halving to bottom to halving to top have all been right around 75 weeks, right? So if it was the same pattern to play out, 75, so it's basically the week of October 24th will be 75 weeks until the next halving. If that was to play out, again, we should expect the lows to come in by the end of October if they're not already in. All right, so it's a patience game, but everything we can look at, whether it's any trend lines, whether it's any fractals from previous bear markets, whether it's weeks from halving events, whether it's BBWPs, indicators, everything's pointing to a massive move. Volume, you can bring up any indicator that's going to tell you that this range should be broken sometime soon. It's just Man, you got to have patience here, man. That's it. Drew said, I'm accumulating right now. I purchased so much in this range, I just can't justify getting more. Need a drop to buy a pant for profits? I agree, man. I generally agree. I've this, like I said, this range has been the biggest accumulation I've ever done for crypto in my life. Told you guys at the 200-week moving average was the biggest crypto purchase I've ever done in my lifetime, because that's the level that's always hold. Obviously, we've broken it. It is what it is. I was prepared for it to break, but yeah, man, I'm in that same situation now where I'm like, all right, you know, let's do this play out one way or the other, and we'll kind of go from there, you know. But yeah, it's crazy. Keith said, don't think we will be here in 2024. You don't think we'll be here in 2024, Keith? I agree, right? Based off the previous bear markets, like we've said, you know, you should be relatively, like, in 2024, you should basically, based off previous bear markets, be if we were to compare it, Bitcoin should be somewhere around 30K, all right? And that's just going based off of how low we've gone in previous bear markets. If we don't drop anymore, which you could argue we will, you could argue we won't, right? If we don't, I mean, we could be a little bit higher by the halving, or we could be lower. I mean, it's all speculation, but if we just go based off the data that we have from the past, you know, the halving, the way I'm looking at it is I expect Bitcoin to be at 30K at the 2024 halving. If I go by that premise, anywhere now or below is an incredible buy for Bitcoin and for altcoins, or for the top cap altcoins. Low cap altcoins, you could argue. But for the top cap alts in Bitcoin, I think this is a good time to accumulate. And I'll just be accumulating in this green box, man. And that's it. Like, at this point, like, I'll be accumulating in this green box. Let's freaking get this crypto. Have patience and let the charts play out, and let the world kind of get under control here over the course of the next I don't know, 6 to 12 months, right? Let's see. Drew a new whale here. Nice. That's it. Nothing has changed. Palajek said, Cam fam. What's going on, Palajek? It seems like everyone kind of liked that video, which is pretty awesome. I'm glad to see. I have so much fun making those, and I will continue to make them as long as you guys like them. It seems like people don't even watch me like that channel. Like, people I don't even know are commenting on it and stuff. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm going to keep making those. Those are fun. They take a while. Right, but my goal is every week to 2 weeks to have a new video over there. All right, so what else we got? Anything else really popping off? I mean, ETH is the same situation, guys. This is ETH on the 8-hour chart. Just to, obviously, I like the 4-hour, but just to give you a more zoomed out view here. ETH is the same point, right? ETH, we're sitting right at support, right? Resistance, flipping into support. Okay, right here. And it's really the same premise as Bitcoin, just ETH is not really at its like macro lows, but it's the same premise. My target's back up here at 1,500 for ETH, okay, in the short term. And, you know, we're getting those higher lows coming in with the same resistance on the top side, right? To me, that's accumulation pattern, okay? Once again, let's have patience and see it plays out. If it doesn't play out, I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes you get it wrong. But my target back up here is 1,500. And there's multiple reasons for that, right? We look up. We got the 200 moving, this is the 8-hour, but the daily moving average is up here, okay? We got this downtrend of resistance coming down from this big macro channel, which if you went kind of up right now, that's kind of where you would go to. And on the daily, I do believe there is a vector candle back up in this range. Is it on the 4-hour maybe? Where is it, boy? Yeah, right there. Right about 1,500, right? A little bit higher than 1,500, but right there. So, and the previous low coming in right there. So that's my target. Once again, I got to have patience with this because this one is trugging along here before it gets that move to the upside. But patience will be the key. Stock markets are coming down a little bit, it looks like right now. DXY coming up. So it's one of those Mondays, man. It's one of those freaking Mondays, bro. Let's see. Oh, I got a text message. True classic. Don't know what to wear? Our active packs make things so easy for you. True classic tees. Do not tempt me for buying t-shirts on Monday morning, man. Don't be tempting me, man. Let's see. Drew a new whale. You guys said, where do I watch it? Let me get you the link. Let me get you the link, man. Real quick. Let me get you the link. So you guys can go watch it if you want. Hold up. Let me get this real quick, man. So Bitcoin's still chilling, but it looks like, yeah, DXY is coming up. Let me put this on the S&P here. S&P is coming back down to that 786. Yeah, you're back down at the 786 fib here on the S&P futures. So you had this yellow vector candle. Looks like you just insta-dumped. My new favorite word. Insta-dumped. Right back below there. And now you kind of sit. Here. So I'm looking to hold this green box, man. I'm hoping this was a deviation below the macro lows, right? And this was just, sort of a retest of the lows. Looking back from June, right? All the way back here, right? So let's see. Let's see what we got on the S&P today, man. It's a full moon on Monday. It's a full moon. Full moon's bullish, no? Full moon bullish or bearish? I forget, man. Is the full moon bullish or bearish? I need help, man. I need help. Because you guys know, I'm not a moon advocate here. Okay? Here's the video, guys. If you want to watch Horse Guy FOMO, here you go. Here's the video in the chat. Go watch it. Go subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll be getting videos up there every week or two. How's everyone doing this morning, though? Come on, man. Let's get these boring times together, bro. You know, that's all we can do. We're all in this together. You know, let's start singing. Why not? Full moon is bullish for moon watchers. Nice, dude. I'm not really a moon watcher, right? I don't really believe in the moon phases. But all I can really say is this, man. All I can say is this. For everyone that is, people believe in that stuff so much, okay? They believe in that stuff so much. So I have to give them a little bit of benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? I have to give them a little bit of the doubt. Anyways, one thing I am watching here, guys, on the 1 hour time frame, and we've seen this pattern play out actually at the lows earlier in October, is the falling descending wedge formation. Very rare pattern, but lately crypto's been loving this falling descending wedge. Why? It's very easy to trick people on this pattern because it seems like it's the price is super bearish, but it did this back here in October where it kept making lower lows and lower highs in this descending falling wedge. All right. You guys can see it right here. Boop, 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 boop. Ended up breaking to the upside. And what this is a bottom formation or a trend reversal formation, right? And you guys can see Bitcoin's doing a similar thing here, right? And we already started talking about Bitcoin's at 4 hour support. Okay, it's at 4 hour support here, and it's doing a relative similar thing, but it's making these lower lows and making these lower highs in sort of this falling, broadening wedge formation. Now, sometimes these can get dirty, right? You can think that the low is in, and then it can get that one more wick down at the lows, thinking it's going to go superiorly lower, and then it can bounce back up to the upside. So if Bitcoin is to come back down here with the stock markets today, what we're hoping for here is if it wicks down to hold the bottom of this, right, back down towards the 1900, 1910 region to hopefully get a bounce back up to the upside. That region would basically pretty much correlate with these previous lows over here, right about here, right? So this seems like a big region right here, right? 1910. If it does wick down, I'm looking for that to hold to bounce back up. Obviously, if that doesn't hold, then we're at that point. Obviously we'll start talking about some of these lower levels, but for now, it's all good. It's all good, man. But these do usually reverse back to the upside. They can be a little bit tricky as you can think that it's done, but then come back down again to come back up, right? Something like this. So let's wait. Obviously, stocks are coming down a little bit today, right? As they do, right? As we know, it's the first hour of the stock market. And the first hour of the stock market can sometimes be that fake move before you get that next move the opposite way, right? Especially on Monday. You guys know Monday can be a little bit shady as far as not fake moves, but it's called the fake move day. No? It's called the fake move day. Who knows, man? Everything alive on Earth reacts to the moon phases and the cycles. Could be facts, John. Could be facts. Listen, if you believe in it, I'm not going to hate on it. All I'll say is I'm not a big believer in it. And, yeah, because guess why, man? Guess why? If it was bullish, I would probably... I guess it's based on human emotion, no? So I guess people can still act bearish, and then if it pumps, they get bullish. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to test it out again at some point. But I went back and looked at the moon phases. They're not very they're not very useful in my personal opinion. Everyone's different though. Crypto not alive. Crypto is alive, man. Don't be saying that. Crypto is alive. I hate that I'm humming High School Musics now. We're all in this together. Any alts doing anything today, guys? Really? I mean, let's take a look at a few different things we got going on here. Altcoins. So Bitcoin dominance is an interesting point, right? Bitcoin dominance. We had this high, right? And we sort of got this little deviation high on Bitcoin dominance, right? So Bitcoin dominance finds itself in an interesting position. Everyone thought this was going to the moon, right? But was this little deviation high here the setup for actually alts to start moving? And could that be a sign that crypto's ready to get that short-term move to the upside like we talked about? Could be. Obviously, it's a little bit of speculation, but you got to sort of put the puzzle pieces together. And seeing Bitcoin dominance get this deviation high and insta rejection, I do like from a standpoint of if it does come back and holds this green box's resistance, could this start to curl back down and we get a little bit of move up for crypto, right? That's sort of the thinking here. Obviously, if this starts to pop back up, I mean, you can throw that right out the window. Sayonara, suckers, you know? Drew said, my name is Jordan, and all I believe is ETH will flip BTC. ETH will flip BTC. I think it's... man, I used to say that, but that was also me during a bull market. I would say that... Can ETH flip BTC for a bit? Yes. Can ETH flip BTC and hold the flip? Probably not. Probably not. But like during a bull market, can ETH like go nuts and surpass Bitcoin maybe for like a week or two? I think that's reasonable. But just based off hype. But in a bear market, do I ever see Bitcoin's market cap being lower than ETH in a bear market? I don't think so. I don't think so. And this is me being relatively reasonable. Let's see. Cryptos R Us said, if you thought alts were going to the moon, alts go to the moon. Bro, me saying alts go up does not mean to the moon, man. What are people putting the moon in your mouth? Holy moly, bro.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
Jordan said alts are going to the moon. You guys are funny, man. Anyways, let's go back over here. Any alts really do anything? I mean, Matic's really the only one that seems to be... actually, Matic's the only one in the green on the day, and it's up about 1%. So not really much going on here. Matic still... I mean... Matic's got the nice setup. It's got the move above the 50 moving average, the retest of the 50 moving average, and move to the upside. Cryptos are us. Don't be trolling me, man. I never said the word moon. Don't be trolling on this morning's stream, man. It's too early to troll me. Only troll me on the night stream. Okay, that's the only stream you guys can troll me on, not the morning stream. But Matic still got the nice setup. I still look forward to come back up to 90 cents, right? It's got that sort of ascending triangle breakout, which the measure move would be to put you back up to this 90 cent region, which is also previous resistance. So that's still what I see from Matic, but it's not too much going on in the altcoin verse today. Some big pullbackers like Chili's pulling back like 5% today. Right to that 786 retracement. Chili's actually could be an interesting move here. You might be saying, Jordan, but Chili's is dumping really hard. Why would Chili's be interesting? Well, that's the whole point, man. You want to take advantage of the ones that are dumping hard. Unless this had some bad news, I'm not sure. But if we look at the daily time frame here, Chili's actually looks kind of sexy from this point, right? And we like sexy charts. I actually like Chili's chart here for the short term, right? Will this pump back up to highs? We'll see. But, you know, you got a falling wedge. You got a little bit of bullish divergence popping in here. We got lower lows on the RSI, higher lows in price action. Right at the 786 retracement. I don't mind it. And you came back down and took this daily vector candle, which you were waiting to take. There it is. All right. So I actually don't mind Chili's from this region for like a swing trade. Obviously, I'd probably cut it out on the swing trade. I'd probably cut it out on a break of these. Probably on the break of these lows. Probably on the break of these lows here. But I don't mind Chili's here. You guys do what you want to do, but Chili's might be an interesting play that I might look at later, to be honest. But yeah, that's Chili's. There's not a ton. Seems like everything's pretty much flat today. A lot of alts just still at their lows, right? AVAX just chilling at the lows. Sol just chilling at the lows, right? We got ADA just chilling at the lows. ADA actually breaking the lows. ADA's at literally its macro on the daily chart is literally at the macro daily closed low, which is crazy, man. Crazy. We got going on. Let's see. Floki. CTC chilling on the highs, short-term entry. Yeah, ADA's chilling at the lows. Litecoin chilling at the lows. So every alt just kind of chilling at the lows. Kind of waiting on see what Bitcoin does, see what ETH does, see what the stock market does, and sort of everything in between, right? All right, let's look at CTC for day trading, man. He really wants CTC. Let's see what we got going on in CTC. Dude, you're so persistent on CTC day trading. Holy moly, man. Let's see. Credit coin. Let's see what we got going on. Get a better chart. CTC chilling on the highs. Short entry. Let's see. Let me go to the 4 hour. I think got a big pump on the 4 hour. The short entry. Man. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, a nice little move. Is it literally going to crab into CPI? Crab into the CPI. Could crab. Dude. Look, based off of where Bitcoin is, like this, would I be surprised if we sort of crab into the CPI? Absolutely not. Something like this, we go, and then CPI, oh, the CPI is like right here. If we do something like this, and then CPI comes out, and either it's bad, we break down, it's good, we break up. Would not be surprised if something like that. Would not be surprised. So it could be an interesting week this week as we sort of wait, you know. But CTC, 76. Yeah, I mean, this one got a nice move from the lows. It's another example of a coin being right at the lows, people getting ultra bearish and it pumping up to the upside. You never know with some of these, right? And that's why, like, if you got to look at the ones that are at the lows, right? That look shady, because then sometimes you can get these either big pumps like this, or they're more, you know, a more gradual move up. Yeah, if it's like a 50% move, not too bad on CTC, man. Not too bad. Not too bad. If you got on the pump, there you go, man. Let's go, man. It's at the Pico bottom. There you go, day trading. Nice, man. John, appreciate the love on the fam, man. On the crypto fam. Or the cam fam. Shit, man. Appreciate that, bro. Thanks for watching it and enjoying it, man. Thanks for watching it and enjoying it. If you didn't enjoy it, not thank you. No thank you if you didn't enjoy it, you know? Ape coin, I got you, John. Let's see ape coin. I haven't looked at ape in a hot minute. What we got, ape? Should we ape in? Should we ape into this? Let's see. Ape's coiling up. Ape's getting a little coily. If you know what I mean. Yeah. I would argue it's getting a little coily. Right? Lower highs, higher lows. It's getting deep. Deep in this. Right? High, low, high, low, high, low. This one's getting ready, just like BTC, for some move, right? By the end of October here. This one's getting prepped. Busy. Busy, busy, busy by a move. This one's getting ready, man. Which way will ape break? Will ape break to the upside or to the downside? Let me know in the chat. Because they'll probably tell us whatever way Bitcoin's going to go. Will ape break up or down? Because this ape is tight, man. That sounds so wrong. This ape is tight. I'm hoping it gets, a little bit of move to the upside. That probably means Bitcoin does, but let's see what we got. Should I FOMO into ape? No, don't FOMO into ape, man. Right now, technically, it's not really a FOMO situation. So I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it. Vet looking interesting. Round in formation. The round in formation could be interesting. Ape. Let's see what ape's doing. Ape. What do we got going on here? I mean, we're right at support. I gotta give this the upside bias, right? Because you're at support, man. Could it break down here? Could this be the point where it breaks down? Yes, but I don't like getting bearish at support, bro. And ape is right at support. Could it go sideways for a little bit longer here to test? Boop, 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 boop. Could it test here? No, right? But you're right at support. I can't get too bearish at support, But could it go sideways for a little bit longer to test and then come back up? Abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. But this is both your local support, your macro support. And, yeah, I mean, you're just really waiting for sort of a breakout of obviously your bigger macro lows coming down for September, right? And your bigger macro highs coming from September and your macro lows coming in, where this is getting ready for even a little short-term move. This thing is getting ready, Obviously, this is an arbitrary trend line, but you get the point, right? Rejection. But here you are, getting ready for a move. Which way will it break? I mean, like I said, you're at support. I got to give this the upside bias. The upside bias. And then basically, I'd be looking for, basically these highs. F541. Just to keep it simple. Keep it simple, man. That's it. In my opinion, ape will find new lows. Issuance is so broken. Could be. I'm not really terribly familiar with the fundamentals, so I can't comment on the fundamentals, but the fundamentaler. It's like the accumulator. We got the accumulator, the economor, the fundamentaler. Who's another one? The zoom outer. I like the zoom outer. That's a good one. The guy who zooms out. Those are all my best memes. Not my best memes, but my favorite memes. The zoom outer. Anyone want to buy my cheap ape? 550 and it's 1.5 ETH. Man, the fundamental. Brandon, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for joining, man. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. It looks okay, but I know FOMO ape. No FOMO ape. All right, guys. I am going to call it a stream here. And then we'll be back tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to call a stream and, get crack-a-lacking on something else here. So I'll see you guys at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully we get some price action. Again, I feel like I've said that for a month straight. Hopefully, we get some type of price action that comes in to the charts relatively soon. And, we can feed the bottom support longs, if you know what I'm saying. All right? Adios, guys. Peace out. Have a fantastic day. Catch you guys in about 9 hours or so. All right? Later, boys. Peace.